How's it going, everyone? Welcome back here. This is the Wonka Project here to tell you guys about the possibility of a new Wonka project in the makes that me and 200 plus people actually have been working on. We have been working on this project for a little bit now. Not too much time, I would say, for sure, but we are having this experience to where a lot of people have been asking us questions about the actual thing. The recent video that I posted, I've been trying to get it out there to Warner Brothers so they can kind of notice what's going on with this project because we have a cynical idea to where Wonka actually opens his factory to the public, but he has the countless number of spies that comes in, and he also kind of goes through that depressive state of mind during this entire ensemble, which allows Wonka to come to the understanding that it's not going to be so easy for him after all. Um, Another thing is that we want to achieve from this is that we also are trying to get the Wonka bar back on the shelves because we want to get the Wonka bar back in stores again because they have not been in stores for quite some time. And it's actually very, very interesting to know on how a lot of people don't really know much about the Wonka series. Now, that being said, is the story itself takes place during the 30 years time when Wonka's factory is shut down and Wonka comes to this feeling that, hey, I don't know if I should trust people anymore. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know why I'm doing this. But he also comes to the understanding that if he does this for a certain degree, he's got to be careful on how he does it because he might do something else to better the factory, but he also might do something to make it worse. And he doesn't know exactly how to do that. Hold on one second. But the thing is that when it comes to Wonka's downfall and his rise, a lot of people are going to ask, where are the Oompa Loompas going to come into play? Where is this story going to lead off at? And is this just another remake? Is this just another reboot, as it were? Actually, no. This would be considered a prequel that would allow Wonka to experience the more human world and to come out more into the public eye as an understanding of, hey, I go through a depressing state of mind myself. I'm human like everyone else. And another sense of direction that we want to bring this project is that we want to bring it to audiences that can understand those at a young age, from their teens to their 20s. They can understand that it's okay to mess up, it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to not be perfect. Because in life, it's going to throw you curveballs. Yesterday, me and my team, we were sitting there on Discord and we were plotting out different ideas and general plans on how to get this exactly how we want it. Because we've honestly been sitting there for so long trying to figure out how we're going to get different ideas for Wonka to come into play. And there's actually been a few ideas that we've actually tried to incorporate to the company, Warner Brothers. And hopefully, we are going to try to get Netflix to notice this as well, which is actually going to be really cool. Because if we can do that, it would really, really help us out if Netflix can make a series. Because I was doing my homework about this. Apparently, Netflix themselves was going to make a Wonka series back in 2013. Now, at that time, I was currently 15 years old and I was considered a kid. I wouldn't be able to do many things like that. But now, since I'm older, I had one of my friends point something out to me that I pulled something that Royal Dahl did when he made the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book. When Royal Dahl was making the book, he was actually young in the military. He was at a camp and he thought about it ever since he was 13 years old. But he didn't get the story going until about 30 plus years later. And he understood how much of an impact that story was to his kids and his family. But that's pretty much our goal here, is to get the Wonka story to come to a different point of speculation and a different point of view. It's not in the magical, cynical world of Wonka. Like, there's not magic and candy and happiness and all that. This is a story that shows Wonka's human emotions. It's one that shows Wonka at his downfall. It shows him at his midlife crisis, if you would. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand a lot of depression, anxiety, stress, all that other stuff. When Wonka is hosting and managing a multi-million dollar company, and he's got a factory that's bigger than 4 schools combined, of course he's going to have stress. Of course he's going to have those kinds of moments of recognition and those moments of determination and sadness, of course. And another thing is that we want to do is that we want to explain in this story is that Wonka starts to find himself as the series goes on. And if that's the case, we're going to try to get it to where Wonka can find his humanity once again, and he'll be able to express it in a better way. And he'll be taught that it's not more so the fact about the chocolate, it's about the people you share it with. We took some inspirations from that from Wonka 2023, because at the end of the movie, Wonka opens up the chocolate bar that his mom gives him, and he finds a golden ticket inside, and it says, chocolate is not worth the candy itself. It's worth it with the people you share it with. And that's what's awesome about that, is because a lot of people don't take that into consideration. And it's actually very strange on how a lot of people would actually notice something like that. But another factor is that we want to take it to that sense of direction to where Wonka finds a better chance for himself, and he understands exactly where this is coming from. So if you give me just a second, I got to do something on Discord real quick. So bear in mind with me. I got to send an announcement to my team and let them know that I'm online. Give me just a second. I got to fix this. I got to check something else. Give me a minute. All right, so I sent a notification out to the team to let them know that I'm live on YouTube. But another thing that I actually want to point out about Wonka is that in this story, it's going to help him understand the humanity that comes with every stressful situation. And it's going to be a lot easier for him to understand the correspondence of everything as well. Now, the fact on how we have over 200 plus people on this is incredible, y'all. It is absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. And I will say this personally, it's not something that I thought that would happen. It's definitely not something that I would have imagined a whole bunch of people come together and be like, I want to do that. That sounds cool. But it's actually really interesting to know. And because, as a matter of fact, in some of the factors of Wonka itself, people ask, they said, what exactly is going to be going on in this movie? It's going to be going down to the brass tacks of how Wonka wants to keep spies out of his facility. It's about the spawning of him getting the Oompa Loompas to help him. It's about the fact on how he's trying to find his humanity in life. He's trying to find everything that he did as a kid, but he's got to gain that all back. He's got to find that sense of direction that he's had that he's never really experienced, if you get my drift. The thing is, he's trying to see if he can find that sense of direction that he had when he first started becoming a chocolatier. Because he honestly wanted it to be a certain direction, but when it came down to brass tacks, he couldn't really follow it up with anything. But another thing is that we want to talk about is the Oompa Loompas. A lot of people have been asking us recently in our group and talking about the Oompa Loompas themselves. They said, how are we going to go about that? We actually are going to use actual people for the Oompa Loompas, people that are willing to be part of it, of course. People that are willing to understand where this is coming from to a certain degree of standpoint. Because if that's the case, we can make things look pretty good. Make things look very practical too. Also, this live stream is brought to you by Pepsi. But anyway, no, it's not really. But anyway, Warner Brothers. I want to pitch this idea with you. For many years, I've had people tell me how good of an actor I am, how good of a singer, how good of a performer I am. I've had a lot of people actually sit here and tell me about how good my acting skills are. I know that you guys yourselves have actually made Wonka recently. But if you guys are willing to, I would love to get your attention on this series even more. Because we have a wonderful team that is willing to work with this, and we have an amazing concept, an amazing idea that could really bring Wonka to a different standpoint in a generation of people. It can bring a new cynical, magical sense of lost human emotion. And it's really cool because I've seen a lot of places and a lot of shows and movies and stuff. They started off with Warner Brothers and they started off with y'all. And it's actually a really, really cool thing. And the thing is, I personally, myself, I think that a lot of our people would love to actually talk to some of you guys. And it's actually really incredible, really, really incredible on how people will actually go out of their way to make something seen, to let people notice something as well. And it's really cool because we never thought this would actually happen. But the thing is that we want you guys to see is that we want you all to come to a certain standpoint when it comes to certain creations and different things. To be honest, I really think. Do I really think this can take off somewhere? I really do. I really do. And here's the thing. Here is the thing. We can really, really make this stand out. We can make this really spectacular. We can do a lot with this. We can do a lot with the project, with the idea, with the concept. We can do a lot of things with it. I personally think that we can do some great things with it. So, Warner Brothers, my insight to you is please get back to us. Please send us a video or something, or a newsletter or an email or something. Because we would like to hear from you guys. We'd like to hear what y'all think about this idea. Because we possibly want to actually get a continuance on this and see what you guys personally think. So if you guys do want to see this in the future, please, 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 those of you that are watching YouTube, those of you that are on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, whichever it is, make this known, post it everywhere, let people know about this. Like, share, comment, do whatever you can, guys. Do anything, anything, and make this public as possible. Because we can get somebody out there to answer this. Because if we get this Wonka Project off of the ground, it could really, really skyrocket. It could really hit something. But that is all I got to say today, guys. I want to thank y'all so much for coming here to this live stream. Clearly, there's nobody here, but doesn't hurt. There's definitely going to be people coming back watching the stream every so often. But you guys, I want to see if y'all can try to give you your insight of everything, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Take care now.